Oh yeah.
Okay, so what are the competitors out there and what's that unique thing that is different from the others?
I suppose what's unique about this is, I think it's very simple. Like if you look at the first screen, I've used loads of portals and they've been so complicated. This is just telling you exactly what it is, and we haven't overpopulated with loads of different stuff. You don't have to go to loads of different places. It's basically you look at shortage, you click on it, you click down, you see the detail. So I suppose from a user perspective, as I said, all my suppliers are looking after loads of other customers. They don't have time to be a complete expert on our portal. But all they need to know is when I go in as a supplier, I click on this box and I click on this and I'll see the spend, I'll see the open orders, so they can just click on that and they can see, okay, I've only one open order and so on. So the information that they need is very easy to get.
Can you just go to the front screen, Bill? I just want to show something. This is, when I last went to Shannon, there's a big screen in goods in office.
Yeah.
And that is there because if they have an urgent requirement, if Bill or somebody in the buying team know that something's coming in, it's got to go out to production, there will be a note there to say, Martin, can you please take that to machine 14? It's all through the portal. It's not through emails or texts.
And go out elsewhere. It's all within.
It's all on it. So literally, that screen is in goods in. That's what they use.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, nice stuff. So, from a supplier's perspective, the first thing is that do you have like some API built in this for maybe third-party integrations, especially from maybe, I mean, you mentioned about finance systems and all of that. So if I'm a supplier, for instance, maybe I just want some form of integrations where I want to be able to put certain reports, into our own system as against someone just sitting down monitoring this. Do you plan to?
Yeah, well, that EcoVadis, this one here, this is pulled in. This is a separate system completely. IMS don't do anything with this information. All they do is they pull it in. So this is live from the EcoVadis site.
That's just a call on an API on their website.
Okay, so apart from the notification, especially from suppliers' perspective, do they need to make sure that this portal is open and they have to monitor it all the time, or do they get other form of notifications that, I know that's just coming from?
Yeah, so the way, at the moment now what they do is they get an email separate to this with a purchase order. But what's going to happen is they're going to get an email to say, you have a new purchase order, to see it, go on the portal. So we can still give the notifications to say that there's a purchase order coming or there's a forecast coming, but we want to drive them onto this portal. Oh yeah?
From what I'm understanding, System 21 is your ERP system,
Yeah.
for want of a better word.
Yep. Exactly the right word.
And the portal, if I'm understanding correctly, is not hosted on the IBM.
No.
It's ripping the data is ripped,
Yeah.
the relevant, and then pushed through to what. Can I ask what platform this is running on?
Well, it was developed in native PHP, running on a Linux server. One of the reasons we wanted to do it separately was security. Obviously, because of the size and complexity, they were not keen to expose their IBM I with the infrastructure they've got to the outside world. So this, we've got a rack-space server which guarantees 99.95% uptime, which is interacting and providing this public interface.
Does this run across all industry? I mean, all the industries kind of?
Yeah, I mean, all Bill has to do is to set up a new supplier, give them the details and the URL, and anybody can access it. Hence, we're on a demo version.
So literally all I need to do is go in here, click add new user, and decide. At the moment now I have suppliers and buyers on it and stores people. But a lot of engineering and finance people want the same information that's on here. So actually Simon's guys are working on it now so that I can set up a template of views. So instead of them seeing the general view, instead of them seeing this, I'll be able to cherry pick and say, okay, I want the finance guys to see spend. They don't need shortage because they wouldn't have any interest, but they want to see price increases. So I can cherry pick and say, okay, out of those 6, show finance 2, show finance 3. And as we build more models onto it, different departments then can access different parts.
I suppose some might call it an intranet almost, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
It's the whole community within there.
Yeah.
The suppliers, the users, the buyers, the management from your side of things as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds maybe, hopefully, Simon charged the right amount of money because you've already mentioned,
No, not enough.
you've
I
already saved
actually-
£1 million.
I don't think he should have charged me anything because he's going to sell this to loads of businesses.
I must say it's interesting, going back to the presentation you did, Sam, there, one of the fantastic advantages that Bill's got is EI is owned by 2 people. So Bill just does the presentation, has a chat with Mick and Jim, and they just says, yeah, do it. And the decision's made. It's literally within a day, you get the decision, which is great. That obviously doesn't happen at Draper.
No, he didn't.
And that's makes it very easy. It's normally yes, occasionally a how much.
Yeah. So I guess you're involved in helping build a business case that you can take to them and say, look, it's going to cost X, but look, within 3, 6, whatever months, with the return's going to be
Yeah.
exponential, etc., and that we're working together, isn't it?
Well, I suppose if you look, these aren't real figures, but they're not that far away. At the beginning of this year, we've spent 11.5 million euros extra since 2020 on supply of material. And that's money that's gone gone.
Yeah.
But unless you want to spend the same over the next 3 years, you need tools like this to be able to drill down and say to the supplier, it's not good enough. And actually what's happening now is a lot of suppliers and manufacturing businesses are actually getting quiet now. So they can't afford to lose business, and they know that they have to be more aggressive on pricing. And this just helps things a little bit down the road.
And we've also built in the functionality that Bill can manage currency, but to take that out. If you notice, everything, I mean, because obviously they're in Ireland, so it's euros, everything's converted to euros using an agreed rate that Bill can maintain, because we want to take that impact out of everything.
And that was a good idea. That's a good coming back to your point of is there discussions around this? So when I started this first, I said I want this tool and I want it in euros because we deal in euros. But Simon's guys were saying to me, but your suppliers don't deal in euros, so it makes no sense to them. So what we did here is we put their currencies over here. But for me, for the top level, I have the euro spend and the euro price increases over this side. So suppliers just ignore this. They just look at this.
Yeah.
And when they're looking at they just know this is all they care about.